peace, love on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. Listen, if you haven't already, check out the Patreon at Black Raps 24/7. You can't spell evolution without you and I. So, right now, let me let you know my goal. My goal is to heal as many yous and me's as possible as I heal myself. And the goal of this video is to discuss how to detach your emotions from frustration, how to flow through it. That's the goal. Always know the goal of what you watch and who you're watching, what their goal is, so you can be on time and understand things. You can't do things without a goal. That's what makes it go. All right. So, how to detach your soul in relevance to emotions and being balanced through frustration. Like I tell you something recently, right? Like probably about 5 minutes ago. A lady came and she goes, "Can I use the bathroom?" Like, do you have a bathroom? Nah. Currently, we're closed. That's the vibe. You feel me? Wherever I work at, in Rome, you do as the Romans do, right? It's not accessible. Oh, listen. All the rah-rah comes from her not getting what she expected. A lot of times we flow into things as though we should receive exactly what we're looking for. We got to stop. We have to stop. After that, after I told her, I don't have that, she told me, well, oh, you don't have to be this. It's just yes or no. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I say what I want. You ask me a question. That's the thing about people. People know how to people, but they don't know shit about people skills. I was once that person, and I'm still like evolving on that aspect of not knowing much about what I need to know about. Remember, Erica Badu always said, personal. Wise man knows he knows nothing at all, right? So, I came across this idea, or just this idea for this topic, when I was going through a situation with my lady. And I was sitting there with my lady and I felt the frustration come on, but the frustration wasn't more so for her. I've evolved on changing my mindset when it comes to understanding my beautiful lady. Not only is she carrying my beautiful, beautiful son, but she's carrying a beautiful heart that cares for me. So I try not to get mixed into these paradoxes that were inspired by old frequencies, past hurt. We try to forgive. She was just telling me about forgiveness this morning, elements of forgiveness. Her memoir is coming soon. Shout out to my lady Ruth. My thing is this. My lady is a whole different perspective. She's nothing negative, everything positive, very passionate. And her goal behind all of it is to be a better her, a more authentic her, a more authentic self. And this is how you align your interest when finding a partner. So I understand that she not on hot, she not trying to fess me up. So I love her like cook food. So as the frustration creeps, because we're at a point, right, where I'll speak for my culture, where effective listening is not really prominent. Yeah, it's not really prominent. We kind of sit down and get frustrated when people can't read our mind. And I've been here before. I've totally been here. I'm still getting smooth and getting to that supra casual truth mind state when it comes to dealing with, oh shit, what I expected, it doesn't always manifest itself. And even then, when I get what I expected, it is just a perception that I chose to agree on. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff is basically mindset. Men are not ruined by things. They are ruined by their perception of it. Understand that, okay? So it's like when you're approaching frustration, you want to take a deep breath, right? Take a deep breath and give your mind some time. You have to ask yourself, with this aspect of frustration that I'm putting my mind through and my body through, my spirit through, what's the goal here? Because a lot of times we have to put the pride and the ego aside. It doesn't really inspire the healing when you're so focused on the ego or the egomania. Egomania creates this aspect of cognitive dissonance. And then before you know it, you're in a whole different realm. Like I said, I could have chose to approach the lady this morning in reference to the bathroom aspect with antagonism. I didn't feel like it. I felt like approaching it by casually being myself. You don't have to force things. And that's where the frustration thing needs to kind of be breathed through. Or I don't know the word, but it needs to, you need to focus on taking your time and slowly assessing frustration. I give you an example. When I speak to my lady, and I'm pushing this because evolution starts with you and I. So as I push this aspect of, whoa, what is my goal here? What is the goal? If I don't know the goal, am I just walking and doing this? Why am I subconsciously wanting to be combative, argumentative, or just using aspects of the past to fulfill this point? Let me be honest with you. Forget the points you want to prove. Even Kobe used to score a lot of points. What saved his marriage? A beautiful ring. Yeah? Something esoteric, something romantic had nothing to do with points. You get my aspect. We're so caught up on proving points that we kind of forget, we forget the origin. And then we get caught in this spider web of just rah, rah, rah. Listen, I think it's okay to be frustrated. But what you do with that frustration, what you decide to do, like I play Monopoly, it's not more so about where I land. It's how I respond and how positive was my acceptance in relevance to negative when I rolled that dice. Where was my intentions? You understand? And I tend to do really well at Monopoly, right? Or just life in general. You have to focus on the intentions. A lot of times you may be just being frustrated and you may be on autopilot and you may not even realize that, genuinely speaking, you may even lost your intention. At this point, it's just duty driven. You just know that subconsciously, I have to be reactive. I feel hurt. And that's another thing. Shout outs to The Way of a Superior Man. Read that book. You have to understand that you need to be open to hurt. Your body goes through a certain type of thing when you're hurt. When we're so used to survival or the survival paradigm, shout outs to David R. Hawkins. Check out the map of consciousness and the consciousness level chart. When you're so used to being in the survival paradigm, you're just at a flight or fight type of an aspect. So you got the prefrontal. When you start to feel that heat, that's how I'm going to describe it, that heat, your reptilian brain goes into effect, and now you're just responding. It's like Yorichi when he met Muzan, not more so. He understood that he could die, but he knew the goal, right? And he ended up chopping up Muzan. That's what his environment gave, and that's what his moment gave, right? So you have to understand how to be open to hurt. You have to understand, if I think about it now, being open to hurt is more so like being open to negative, being open to accepting negative. That is the key behind frustration. That is how you detach yourself emotionally from frustration, detach your soul. Because frustration is ego-based. So you have to go through this perspective of ego death. Bust a shroom. You understand what I'm saying? Bust a shroom metaphorically, figuratively, esoterically, and start to understand frustration is not your core. Okay? Frustration is not your core. That heat is for you to breathe through. I'm a Sagittarius, and my girl would tell me, like, I have a lot of fire. The whole goal is to accept that you have it. It is not to tame it. You have to understand, it is not about taming your authentic self. You need to be selective. Understand who can actually handle you. Understand what moment. It's not about who, it's about where you are. You got to understand that. So the key is this, because we're about to wrap this up in a few, and you can head over to Patreon to see more content. I do drop content on YouTube, not as much as Patreon, but even my TikTok. We want to heal, okay? My goal behind doing these videos, taking my time and putting in the effort, is because naturally I talk to myself like this. And I think that frustration, I'm breaking that generational curse, and I want you to do the same. That's what I want you to do. I want you to do the same because, honestly speaking, we're going to be raising kids. I have a beautiful baby boy named Asani on the way, and this is my rainbow baby. I had two aspects before this, and now we're at the sunshine era. The Renaissance era, I should say. And my lady is floating by the pregnancy, just laughing, enjoying herself. I'm having fun, touching the stomach, listening to the baby, because you got to understand, a baby is spirit. You understand what I mean? And I'm going to be quite real with you. A baby is spirit. And when I look at my baby pictures, you know, I think about, who do I want to show up as for my son, for my lady, for my family, even for my dog, for myself, first of all. Take your time through frustration. You know, take your time understanding things from a space of, I'm gonna breathe because I can make it through this frustration. It doesn't have to be a bad aspect of it. Frustration is normal. You have to understand that. It is normal. It's just about opening your heart to hurt. Ways of a Superior Man, David Dita, these type of aspects can actually help your relationship. Open your heart to hurt. It's bad enough that you want to hurt in a painful way. And what I say, when you hurt from an unhealthy standpoint, you're not taking time to actually understand what's hurting you. That's the key about forgiveness. The elements behind forgiveness. The first element is acknowledgement. You got to understand that. You have to acknowledge. And you have to have some type of grace and mercy. And this starts with you internally. So, on this beautiful Monday, let's take a moment to understand that we can be better than our negative perspective of hurt. Let's start to open our hearts positively to accepting things so we can find a clear path to our passion, and your passion will fuel your success and wealth. I need you to understand that we all make mistakes, and it is okay to make mistakes. Your goal is to get back up and try again, because practice creates perfection, and you are perfect. Don't act like you're not. You act like you're not, that will be your truth. Some people get used to that aspect. Super casual truth. Logic does not determine your spirit. Life circumstances, karma, especially when you're putting on for your healing and thinking about you. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. May you continue to be you. Check out the Patreon, YouTube, TikTok, music coming soon. I just put out a song called Pineal, so that's beautiful. You feel me? Try to heal and continue to heal. Love, peace, and I appreciate your beautiful time. Love.